Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Squire Affinity Series Precision Bass. It's a nice Lake Placid blue with laurel fingerboard, and you can get this for $279 from either a musician's friend or Sweetwater. Pretty much you could find this as under $300, so let's see what you actually get. Alright guys, well the Affinity Series Precision Bass here, this PJ bass, puts classic Fender bass tones and feel into your hands at a relatively low price. This guitar is pretty lightweight, it's pretty darn good, so it has a very thin, resonant body, I might say, that makes the bass friendly on your back for playing for a long period of time. Also, this bass has a nice gloss polyurethane finish. The Affinity Series PJ bass features a C-shaped profile neck, and it's a maple neck with 20 medium jumbo frets with a laurel fingerboard for fast, comfortable playing, and an wide open stylistic exploration, if you will. It just has a lot with it there. This soft colored brown wood laurel is almost an identical substitute to the ever popular rosewood fretboard. I really do. It looks close to it, it's just not. It's often, this type of wood is often sourced from India, and it has a familiar style and feel to rosewood as well, so you're not going to feel like it's something really, really different there. It has vintage looking tuners on here. As you can see there, vintage looking tuners, nice style there. Nothing really super fancy. In the nut is a synthetic bone nut there, and the bridge is your traditional 4-string saddle style bridge. The combination of your precision and jazz ceramic style pickups in this bass gives you the vintage gritty tone, as well as, just a lot of variations that you can use since we have both of those options on there. Each pickup also has its own individual volume knob here as well, and it also has a master tone knob. That way you could tweak your tone to your preference. I will say the knobs roll quite nice. I didn't have either one be on an angle or anything. They came out great. Now you might see in a little bit here, I haven't even taken the pickguard plastic off of this. I've practiced with it for a few weeks now, but I haven't taken the plastic off of it yet, so maybe I should eventually get that off there. Now I ordered this bass from Musician's Friend, and I received it within just a few days, so the shipping was fantastic. It came in packaged very well, but I will say the guitar was not in tune when I received it. The strings were all set loose, okay, very loose, so I had to set this guitar up, which is not uncommon. They just shipped it right to me. Now, if you would order it for Sweetwater, I believe Sweetwater will set it up so that you might have a different experience there. I did not see any blemishes on this, which is great because you often find blemishes with guitars like this that are inexpensive. Now, the look and finish of this guitar are also really, really nice. I really liked it. I think it's a great color for this bass guitar. I did have to do some adjusting of the string height to set this up, which once again is not uncommon. I actually think I could set it up a little bit better yet, but it plays really good. So, you know what? Let's take a closer look on this. Taking a look at that bass guitar from top down, we start with the open gear tuners. That sort of adds that vintage vibe, if you will. Now, they feel like an okay, adequate tuner. Nothing super special, but you always want to make sure that it has a decent quality tuning machines, because let's be honest, it doesn't matter how good the bass sounds, if it doesn't hold tune, it's not worth it. Now, going on from the tuner machines, looking at the neck, the Affinity Series Precision PJ bass combines a really nice playable C neck profile. I was looking for a guitar that has a thin neck, that way little Frugal could better play with his smaller hands. He is only 9 years old. He was playing with one of my other basses and the neck was just too thick and he was having a hard time. When he transitioned to this, he found that thin neck profile to be very helpful. So we look at that, continue looking and scrolling down. I didn't see any noticeable blemishes upon this guitar when I first got it, so it's great in that regard. It looks nice. I just really like the vintage look and the style. He loved the color of this, so he picked that too. he really did enjoy that. If you look at it, it does have nice hardware. I mean, for the price point, the headstock looks good. Elegant two colors really help it stand out. We like the pickup configuration with the P as well as the J, allowing a lot of versatility. Now, these aren't the highest output of pickups, I'm going to say that right away, but they are serviceable and they allow a lot of different variation in tone, especially for somebody beginning and they want to play a wide variety of different things and they can only afford one bass guitar at the time. This is a good option for that. So as you look here, the materials all look decent. So now let's look further into it and see how this thing sounds. All right, guys, now that we've taken a look at the video and seen how it looks and what's to offer, you know what? I want to mention one other thing actually before I get into that. The neck, I didn't mention the neck sound. Usually we have an inexpensive bass. The neck, the frets on it can cut you up. I didn't even mention it because it wasn't an issue. I played on this a lot now, a little Frugal, and it's fine. There's no cutting, no ouch. I didn't have to file anything down, which is pretty unusual. So now let's check out the sound on this bass. We're gonna start with just the P pickup and see how it sounds with the pick. Just playing something simple. Okay, pretty nice, and it plays really nice too. So now let's do it finger style and see how it sounds that way. And that's how the P pickup sounds. I'm just running right now through a Behringer Bass V Amp Pro, set on more of a British amp setting for it. And now we're going to try the jazz pickup with a pick and see how that sounds. I wonder if you recognize the song, by the way. If I slow it down a little bit, you might. We're going to try it now with finger style on these jazz pickups. And that's how it sounds there. Now, you know what I didn't try yet on either one is slap. So I'm going to go back to the P and we're going to do slap, which is not too common to use with the P. Well, I guess it is. It depends on what you use. Now, I don't have this amp set up a very high gain, so it might not sound great. And now we're going to go to the jazz pickup and slap on that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both pickups up there. So we got both pickups there. Yep, make sure my monitor's there. Good. All right. And I'm going to show both pickups up and using the pick style. And now we're going to do it with finger style with both pickups. And a little slap. So there we have it, guys. So now that we've listened to the sound, let me tell you my overall thoughts. After testing this guitar and working with it for several weeks and teaching my son to play bass with it too, my overall thoughts on this, well, I'm really quite surprised. Matter of fact, for an inexpensive guitar, I don't necessarily mean cheap, an inexpensive guitar I often find doesn't stay in tune well. One of the first things I usually change is the tuning machines. But this surprised me. Through practice sessions for myself, recording some with it, as well as teaching my son, I barely ever had to tweak the tuning. It stays in tune really good. I was really impressed with these open gear tuners, which is normal open for a bass, but for these tuners, I was just really, really impressed with that. The bridge too, it's been doing good for me. The action on it, as I said, was good, but you know what? This guitar is also balanced pretty well. It's a little headstock heavy though, a little. But when you're wearing a strap, it's not a problem. The way if you put a leg up, it's not a problem. See, a little bit head drift, that's it. Not bad. I've seen this on a lot of basses, so it doesn't really surprise me. Another thing too, another big one, is it sounds really good right out of the box once you set it up. I don't feel like I have to hurry up and run out to get pickups for it or anything to change it and upgrade it or a new bridge. It's pretty good right out of the box. Though, if I was to maybe start recording with this more, I might switch these pickups out for something a little bit better, but overall, I was still perfectly usable. I could definitely use this on some recordings. So, is this a bass that you get? Well, here's the thing. This is a great starter bass, especially for the price point. I checked a lot of guitars in this price range. Harley Bent was one of them I was starting to pull the trigger on and check out too. And the Harley Bent was cheaper, but by the time you pay for shipping and all, the price point became very close. And for what you got with this one, I'm glad I chose what I did. I think this is a great bass guitar for the price point. I really do. I really think I was very, very impressed with the playability, the action on it, the sound. Staying in tune, once again, was a major factor. And this just does that really well. So I wouldn't be afraid at all to get it for somebody for a basic starter bass, or even for somebody who's going to be progressing. Matter of fact, it makes a great backup bass too. Definitely, I could see it as a great backup bass. And I wouldn't have any problem gigging with this thing. I'd gig with this. Absolutely. I think it feels solid enough to do that. And you know, it's just an overall really good bass for the money. So. So overall, you know what? I'd say definitely check this bass out. I don't think you're going to be disappointed, and I don't think you're going to be wasting your money. So thanks for watching this video. If you don't mind, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Until next time, keep it frugal.